your life before. In Psalm 139.
Did we pray already, Pastor?
Yes, we did.
Oh.
So in Psalm 139, we acknowledge that this psalm is very important in your relationship with God and in your Christian journey. I'm trying to figure out why I kept saying, you know. Well, in Psalm 139, it talks about it. It talks about the fact that he says, you know when I sit, you know when I rise. And this idea of God knowing you, such an important lesson. And the reason why you have to let this really sink in. God knows you so well, which allows you to know God. And it really is not about being religious. It has to do with understanding that you have a really intimate relationship with God. And so this relationship with God, you really have to just live it. You have to live this relationship with God. And it's intimate. And that's why this psalm is so important. So I'll go ahead. We've gone through this. I've spent about 10 videos on this, I think, total. And they're not all on the playlist, but that's okay. We can correct all that. The one that really resonated with me lately is this verse that says, you hem me in behind and before. Are you familiar with that verse? You hem me in before.
Yes, I remember that. That hits me
kind of. And I even
of.
illustrated it.
Yeah.
It's in verse 5, Psalm 139, verse 5.
Okay.
And I don't know, should we just read the whole thing and then focus on verse 5? It's probably good for everybody.
Probably. You could play it maybe somewhere in a fast speed.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and read it. And I will read fast.
Well, so you're so familiar. So okay, great.
First of all, this is the Psalm of David. So we know David is a man after God's own heart. That's what he's described as. So this man who has this very intimate relationship with God, he wrote this. And this is what he says. You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, you, Lord, know it completely. You hem me in behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too lofty for me to attain. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there, your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. If I say, surely the darkness will hide me, and the light become night around me, even the darkness will not be dark to you. The night will shine like the day, for darkness is as light to you. For you created my inmost being, you knit me together by others, because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Works are wonderful, I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you in the seas when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. How precious to me are your thoughts, God. How vast is the sum of them. Were I to count them, they would outnumber the grains of sand. When I awake, I am still with you. If only you would slay the wicked. Away from me, you bloodthirsty. They speak of you with evil intent. Your adversaries misuse your name. Do I not hate those who hate you, Lord, and abhor those who are in rebellion against you? I have nothing but hatred for them. I count them my enemies. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there is any offensive way in me, and lead me in the everlasting way. So powerful. And that 24 verses, so much rich, I believe, rich theology there. But it's written by a man who has a heart after God, who has a very intimate relationship with God. And so we were focusing earlier about the fact that what does it say? Such knowledge, you hem me in behind and before. Where is that? Verse 5. You hem me in behind and before and you lay your hand upon me.
Pastor Bert, can I say something? You know, I noticed in this whole chapter, he wrote this so beautifully. I mean, how do you write something that beautiful without? I mean, he's just so in love, right? I mean, it's just, if you read, I mean, obviously you're reading it, it's so articulated piece by piece. It's so,
and it's also so honest, David.
Yes, it's so honest, but it's like
honest.
Think of how do you
I just describe it as a very intimate relationship with God.
Yeah.
This is not about being a Baptist, a Catholic, a Presbyterian, whatever denomination you have or that you belong to. It has nothing to do with that when you read this.
Yeah.
And you can probably study it and look how many times he references you, God, you, and how many times he references me. So it's
more
you and me, you and me. That's the kind of relationship David is expressing here. And circle it. How many times he uses you, and then how many times he uses me. And that's a beautiful, intimate relationship we have with God, which because of Jesus Christ, you don't have to focus on some denominational viewpoint. In fact, I get so turned off when people focus on their denominational viewpoint. It's like we really need to focus on our relationship with God the way David focuses on his relationship with God.
Yeah.
You and me, Lord, you and me. And so look at the beginning. You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. See, and it goes on. So let that just be part of your understanding in this journey you have with God for the next 50 years. For the next 50 years, it's about you and me, you and me, you and me, God. And obviously, because of that relationship with God, where your mind is trained because of this psalm to focus on your relationship with God, and you're saying personally, it's you and me, God, it's you and me, you and me. And because that's the way Psalm 139 comes off, it's the tone. Well, we're focusing on verse 5 today. You hem me in behind and before. So this idea that you're hemmed in, there's a boundary around us because of Jesus. And he says behind and before. So God is behind me. He's in front of me. So before me and behind me. Here is God. And then it says, and you lay your hand upon me. So God's hand is upon me. So imagine God is here in front of you. God is there behind you. And then his hand is upon you. Well, wherever I go, this is what's going on between me and God. His hand is upon me. Did you ever learn this before? Because if you never did in this accurate detail, here you go. Now you have. That's why Psalm 139 I used to teach it once a year. I think I missed the year, but we're back. And you need to study at least once a year, twice a year, knowing that God's hand is upon me. And so as I was meditating on this, God, you mean when I got into that bus accident, your hand was upon me?
Yeah, he was.
He was. That's what it's written. And everything else that I'm going through in this transition stage of my life, your hand is upon me. It's
Yeah.
written. You have laid your hand upon me. You hem me in behind and before. You don't, there's a boundary around me, which means there's a boundary around you, so that wherever you go, wherever you land, we need to acknowledge God is with me. God has his hand upon me. And I always like to acknowledge God's hand upon me when things are going well, when I have so many blessings. Oh, I love saying, thank you, Lord, and what a great feeling to have your hand upon me. But when things aren't going my way, when I'm dealing with frustration and I'm dealing with trials and troubles, I forget that God's hand is upon me. And I have to remind myself and say, even though I'm going through all these troubles in my life, I'm never separated from your love. I know your hand is upon me. Are you guys able to go in that direction?
Yes, Pastor.
Oh, I love you.
I,
Thank you.
Yeah.
I
I
wanted,
love it, Pastor.
Yes, go ahead.
I wanted to say that this psalm is something I wrestle with because it's hard for me sometimes to believe that he loves me that much, that there is that, right? And
Yeah,
sometimes
when
I
you
find,
say I'm wrestling with it, you know what I think
yes,
of when you're
that's
wrestling
it,
with it?
wrestling, like I'm trying to get out of it somehow.
Well, do you know what I think of when you say you're wrestling with it?
Yeah.
There's the story of Jacob who was wrestling with the angel of the Lord, which is also another reference to the Lord himself. Jacob wrestled with the Lord.
Sounds familiar.
And when Jacob wrestled with the Lord, and it's a mysterious thing because some people don't think it's the Lord himself, but
Yeah. And also that,
hold on.
I'm
Let
sorry.
them,
Yeah,
let the
please.
story resonate with you that
Sure.
wrestling between Jacob and the Lord, Jacob was at this point where the Lord said, "Let me go," and then Jacob's attitude, "I'm not going to let you go until you bless me." So, princess, thank you. Genesis 32. You
Oh,
might want to
great.
read that. 32. I didn't get to read the verse,
Thank
but it's in chapter 32. It's your wrestling is actually a good thing. Do you know that's a good thing to wrestle with God about things like this?
No, I didn't
There
really.
is that element that says, I don't know if I can believe that. And then the other side says, I want to believe this. I want to believe. And so keep wrestling and don't let go until God blesses you. Have that attitude that Jacob had, right?
Yeah, that's a good one.
And when God blessed him, God said, your name will be Israel. And so God changed his name from Jacob to Israel. Prince with God is one definition of Israel. So
Say that again.
prince with God, another definition of Israel that I
Oh,
come across is he
uh-huh.
he he wrestled with God and overcame, something along those lines. I have to double check, but
And you know what I think ultimately too, Pastor Bert, is this is what we do with our faith entirely in the whole big picture. But when you become more intimate, this is where it's really set down in this psalm.
yeah, you
You know
come
what
to
I'm
a
saying?
place. Yeah, you come to a place as you work through these verses. See,
That's what I'd love to do with this
remember what Jesus said.
song.
He said, "Build your house on the rock and not on sand."
Mm-hmm.
A foolish man builds his house on sand. A foolish man who builds his house on sand is like all of you coming to the Bible study and you don't apply it. That's a foolish person. Uh, a person who does not commit to putting, doing their best to put it into practice. So that's not the wise man. The wise man says, I will put it into practice. Even if I fail, at least I am pursuing to put it into practice. And that's what we all should do, because that's what wise people do. When you're building your house on the rock, it's that attitude. I will do my best to put it into practice because I understand what I'm learning. And if I fail at it, I fail at it, but God's there to help me grow from it. You grow from your failures.
Yes, it's the only way, really.
So this verse that says, he hemmed you in behind and before, and he's laid his hand upon you. I could go in as a skeptic and say, do you really believe that? Do you really believe?
I know.
What's that, Manny?
I know.
Yes, really.
What do you mean? You know
You asked him, can you
his
really
hand is
ask
upon
us?
you, or I know that there is that doubt that hits me sometimes. Which is it?
That doubt that hits me.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
See,
it's
so
just
again,
magnificent to believe
you're now
sometimes.
invited to wrestle with God.
Uh-huh.
You're now Jacob wrestling with God, and your attitude is, I'm going to keep wrestling with you until you bless me. Maybe I should go back. But knowing that he has placed his hand upon you, he in front and behind you, that no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, no matter what, he has hemmed you in, his hand is upon you. Live with it, deal with it. And you know what he says on the next verse? Verse 6. Somebody read verse 6. Oh, Ophelia, you have your hand raised. Go ahead.
We have
No, Pastor. What triggered me is the verse 24. Point
Okay, we'll
out.
cover that later. But let's focus on this.
I can read
I'll
it.
make sure we get to that. But
Yeah, I'd like to
let's
as well.
not leave this topic for now.
Yeah,
That
in
his hand
response,
is upon you.
verse
And
6 is, this extraordinary knowledge is beyond me. It is lofty. I am unable to reach it.
there you go. See?
That's the wrestle.
And that is also a surrender. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. This is too much for me to handle, God. Knowing that your hand is upon me throughout my life. Now you can go back from the very beginning of your life and look back and say, all those things that I've experienced in life, God, your hand was in that. Not that God was controlling your, every detail, but just God is there.
Pastor Bert, what about all the stuff he had his hand in that we never knew about? You know what I mean? Think about favor that we didn't know about, near miss death experiences, near car crashes.
Sure.
I mean, stuff
when I was
he,
a non-believer, I
Pastor Bert,
I should have died.
We're losing you.
Oh, really? I should have died. Can you hear me? Can you hear me
you
now?
said you should have died. How? Say it.
Driving drunk on a motorcycle without a helmet.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I could have died drunk so many times. So that's
Exactly.
it. He had
so
favor.
I
He had
have
a
to
purpose.
now look back. Yeah, I have to now look back and say, I should have died there, but you allowed me to live so that today I can serve you and minister to your church, to
Yep.
God's people.
Yes.
So I should have died. And among
Yeah.
other things, whatever I went through, now that I acknowledge God's hand has been upon me, whatever that was, I have to focus on today. Today, God's hand is upon me, which means God's hand is upon you. And today, with whatever you're dealing with, God's with you, hand upon you, in front of you and behind you. In a sense, you can count yourself as bulletproof. You're
Look at
bulletproof.
look at me, Pastor. I died already. Why I came back to life?
So that
Maybe
you can,
there
so
is
that
the
at the age
purpose
of
of
80, you
that.
can receive Jesus.
So I can receive him, in my life.
At the age of 80.
85.
Well, at 80 is when you started.
Oh
That means,
yeah.
but it just goes to show you there are just so many things about God and his ways that we will never be able to figure out. But this one truth that we're holding on to and wrestling with is the fact that he hemmed you in behind and before. He has laid his hand upon you, and that kind of knowledge is too much to handle.
Oh yeah.
It's too much to rise up and say, I really understand it. We'll never fully understand. But that's where faith comes in, because we're able to say, even though I don't fully understand everything about my relationship with God, the fact that I can just express trust in him as I go through life, that's all that really matters. That's all that really matters, guys.
I'm in that situation, Pastor.
Without faith, it's impossible to please God. And that's why it's so important to focus on trusting in the Lord, no matter what I'm going through, because your hand is upon me. You hem me in behind and before, and I will live my life for the next 50 years having that knowledge to live out. Was there anything else you wanted to say, Ophelia?
No, my
Ophelia,
point,
you have your
Pastor.
hand raised.
Uh, no, because I want the 24, the verse 24. I want to read it, but you said
Uh-huh.
we are not there yet. So
Yeah. Okay, so since we're finished with that, 5 and 6, unless anybody else wants to say something before we move to Ophelia's request 24.
Pastor Bert, can I say something too about my experience? I got into a motorcycle crash also, and when the
Why are we
EMS
riding motorcycles?
and
They say
and
it's
mine
not
is
if you're going to get into an accident, it's when. Okay, go on.
no, it's not. It wasn't my fault because my husband split traffic, so I was left behind. And this car, I didn't see it on my right. That was um going inside the freeway. So I got hit, and then when the EMS were there, a good thing this one citizen got out of his truck, asked me if I'm okay or not because I was laying down with my helmet and everything. And then he didn't touch me. He waited for the EMS. And then when they put me on the side to take off my helmet and everything, and I heard one EMS, he goes, let's cut her suit, because I was wearing a gear, the suit, the pants, the chaps and everything.
Yeah, your motorcycle. Yeah, your
Yeah,
motorcycle gear.
yeah. So I was wearing it, and then I said, "No, don't do that. It's expensive." And then when I was rushed to the hospital, no broken bones, no, not even what do you call this? A small wound or anything, nothing.
wow.
So I was protected and God was behind me.
Behind and before, he has laid his hand upon you.
Yeah,
We can
Yeah.
look back in our past and
that's a
say,
miracle.
God, I want to acknowledge your hand upon my life back
Mm-hmm.
then, which means I want to acknowledge your hand upon me now, today.
Yes.
See, you can process it that way.
You were still a Catholic then that time, Sister
Yes.
Princess? See?
Yes.
Even then, God knows you already. He's protecting you.
Oh, I
Okay,
know. He's always
Yeah,
with me.
when I died, I was a Catholic.
that doesn't matter. Okay, what else did you guys want to? Okay, so we're ready to go with Ophelia's take on verse 24.
Yes.
Okay, since we understand that verse that says, all the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be, meaning the beginning of your life, which is your birth certificate, or even before that at conception, and then your death certificate when you're going to die, which we don't know, only God does. But between the birth and the death, it says all your days, which is all your days on earth. So all the days that you've lived here on earth, and we can just classify it in groups of the good days, the bad days, and the ugly and confusing days. If all those things were part of your life, and we know it's part of life, it was already written. When was it written? Before you were born.
Where you were born.
See, that's how well God knows you. That's how much God knows about your life, the beginning and the end, before you were born. The beautiful thing that we can process is that we know we're saved. So God ordained your salvation.
Can I read my verse, Pastor?
So with that, but you have to keep that in mind as we read verse 24.
Yeah.
So verse 24, knowing everything that God knows about us, his attitude is the right attitude here, where he says, see if there's any offensive way in me. And God
Yeah.
already knows your offensive ways. He knows you. But the open book, the attitude of saying, my life is an open book before you. Go ahead and see if there's anything in my life that I'm doing wrong.
Yes.
Anything that I do that's offensive.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I let that verse sink in, I can say, God, I can think of all these offensive things that I know I'm doing. I sin. I fall short. I make mistakes. I look at it as offensive to you. It's offensive. It's wrong. But because of my relationship with God, it's intimate. God doesn't, in my experience with God, he doesn't give you all the mistakes and sins that you've committed all in one, like dumping it all on you. This is how terrible you are. Because we have this relationship with God that constantly reminds us that our sins are not remembered. So my experience with God is that he works with your life. And because you're open to saying, Lord, what am I doing wrong? What are the offensive ways in my life? What are the things that I'm doing that offends you? See if there's anything offensive. And I can ask my peers, my friends, and people, can you tell me what are my offensive ways? Not all of them will be open to telling you, because that's just they're not going to be friends anymore, right?
Yeah.
So between you and God, you can always ask God to show you, what am I doing wrong? What is offensive to you, God? And I'm sure if I'm offending God, I'm probably offending some people as well. And because that's my attitude, even though you know everything about my life, I'm still able to say, God, see if there's
Search
any
my heart.
offensive ways in me. And then when my attitude is, I'm open book, you can point to me my offensive ways. And I don't know how to fix my offensive ways. It's not like because you showed me my offensive ways, I have a quick fix for that. No, it's more like these are my offensive ways, and I don't even know how to maneuver my way through my offensive ways, but I can ask you to lead me. Lord, lead me in the everlasting way.
Yes.
Because I know I offend people more than I realize. And God, I know I offend you, but I really do want you to lead me. Take me by the hand, Lord, and lead me in the right path, in the everlasting way. Lead me the path that is going to be glorifying you, that's in accordance with your will, the everlasting way, or in some translations, the way everlasting. But I want to do it your way. I want to live your way. I want to follow your way. And that's the kind of relationship I have with you. Because you know everything from beginning to end.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you knew I was going to ask you for that. You knew I was going to. Before a word is on my tongue, you know it completely.
Yeah.
You knew I was going to ask this. You knew this is what I want. And I'm just confirming that. I am aligning myself with this teaching that I want to be that kind of a person with God in my intimate relationship with God. Does that hit home with you, Ophelia?
Yes, Pastor, very much so.
Sure. It's continuous. I'm walking with God.
Yes.
Hand upon me. He's in front of me. He's behind me. And God, if I'm offending you, if there's any offensive way, lead me. I want you to lead me. I don't want to stay in this. I want you to lead me.
At my age, at 85, Pastor, I really want to be closer to him day and night, every minute of my life.
That's a good thing.
Hey,
And
Pastor
that's a
Bert.
good thing. You know
I
that's
don't know when he's going to call
what
me.
God wants.
Yeah, I have a short
We
time.
don't know. Yeah.
Pastor Bert, can I say something really quick?
We all do, Ophelia.
I got Diane and then David. Go ahead, Diane. Diane was patient because love is patient. Go ahead, Diane.
Thank you. The thing that, there's a lot in this that really tugs and pulls at my heart. But when the verse Ophelia was pointing to, see if there's any offensive way, that gives me that even more closeness in that more intimate moment, like there's hope.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
That's right. Your future.
And I just love that.
Will get better.
It closes on that. Yeah, what can I do? And he's going to hear that and guide me.
Yeah.
He'll be there for
Remember the three things we live by?
Faith, hope, and love.
That's right. So you're incorporating hope.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I want to
expectation,
faith, and love
with God.
Hope.
That's hope. Confident expectation concerning your future with God.
Yes.
It'll be all right.
Accent. Thank you for
Your
that.
future is going to be all right, Diane, because you're God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see him, Diane, in heaven.
Yes.
Okay. Manny, do you have your hand raised? Did you want to say something, Manny? I know you're gonna have to unmute yourself if you want.
Might take him a second.
And then David, I said you're next, so go ahead, David.
No, I was just gonna say a really quick statement. It's like I was gonna say that Ophelia, you're in the best possible position right now you could ever be in. I mean, because you're saying you're the oldest. I'm just saying that you're gonna. I mean, I'm just the way I look at it. It's like I'm so excited for you because you're
Thank you, David.
No, I'm being so serious. I'm about 30 years younger than you, I think. And what I'm just saying is that you're in the best possible position you could be in. You're going to church. You're coming to class every day. You're praying every day. You're putting your faith in God. You're repenting from your sins, and you're just waiting. And when your time is, you're going to ascend to heaven. You're going to go and be in eternal paradise, and you'll have a new body, and you'll never have go to
Oh
another.
my goodness.
But the thing, another doctor's appointment, another no more cane, no more nothing.
Yes.
A brand new body. Like what I'm saying is that like
So far,
you.
I'm not using cane yet.
Well, I'm just saying you're in the best position you can be in. You know,
That's
like you
Okay,
said,
thank you, David.
you're 85 years old, and you
You give me a
you
good
know,
inspirational.
you're 85 years old, and you have your faith in the Lord. I just want to say this one thing, Pastor Bert. I swear I'll stop. Is I do this thing called Bible study. I mean the Billy Graham prayer line, and I'm just telling you, just to encourage you. You wouldn't believe the people that are your age that just don't have the hope, and it breaks my heart, Ophelia.
Oh,
Like if
really?
Oh, that is
oh yeah,
sad.
yes, and I just say that to because it's heart wrenching because they're your age and they still don't have that same faith that you do. They don't have the same hope. I mean, no one knows the day or the hour, like Pastor Bird says, like the Bible says. But I'm
Yeah.
saying you just don't know how truly blessed you are, sister. I'm
Thank
telling
you.
you, I'm a
Yeah.
51-year-old man. I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, you are truly, everyone is blessed. But I'm saying Ophelia is older than all of us, but you are truly blessed. You're in the best position you could ever be in. That's
And
all.
Thank you.
but you
Thank
know,
you.
Amen.
Thank you, David.
David,
You're an inspiration for me.
I
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
those are
inspiration for
encouraging
us all.
words.
Yeah.
And Ophelia, you are a testimony of someone even in their 80s coming to this intimate relationship with Jesus.
Absolutely.
All you guys, right? Keep ministering to people, even though they don't seem like they're responding at the time. You just never
Yeah.
know. You just
Yes.
never know when it's their time, God's time.
Yes. I'm doing that, Pastor, with all the friends that I meet. I
And
always
that's why I
share
look
God.
at it like planting seeds, watering those seeds, and praying that God will make those seeds grow. It's really
Yes.
it.
Yes. Thank you.
But that's what we're looking at in Psalm 139. His hand is
Mm-hmm.
upon you. And
Yes.
I forgot that. I forgot, oh God, your hand was upon me. And you need to remember that. That's a good reminder. God's hand is upon you, behind and before. He has laid his hand upon you. And no matter what you're going through, and no matter what you want to do, what direction you want to go, God will be there with you because of your relationship with Him.
Yeah, because I was surprised too. I heard something about if you are in a good health, your brain is still functioning. You can think, you can talk, you can hear, you can see, you can walk. And I have all those, Pastor, and I'm living alone. Nobody
Yeah.
helps me. I'm doing everything here in my house.
And you're
Yeah, you
still
are.
driving.
And you're still doing your
I'm
garden.
still driving. No, no one will
Cuts
drive me
branches
going
and
to the
grows trees and
grocery.
grows fruit, right?
I'm still
Lemons and things
gardening.
like that.
And I
One of
have
these
four
days,
dogs
you
to
should
take care
show
of.
us your garden one day, by Zoom. But with
Yeah.
that, guys, we're going to wrap up our class. But be inspired to know He knows everything about you, every intimate detail about your life. And
Yes.
no matter how ugly or bad, good, your life with God is intimate. It's not based on your religion, it's based on your
Faith
personal
and
relationship
relationship.
with Jesus, which
Jesus.
gives you access to your personal relationship with God the Father, your Father. And no matter what you're doing, no matter where you're going, we just read it, no matter what's going on in your life, it's time to remind ourselves God's hand is still upon me. He still has a purpose. Because
Oh,
if He's finished with you, then you'd be home with God in heaven by now.
oh yeah, that was 1997.
So He's not finished with us.
And
And
I had it
let's keep.
again in 2007. So I have 37.
Okay.
And that's
All
a
right.
God's number.
7. Yeah. Okay, let's close in prayer then. Sister Ophelia, would you like to close us?
Oh, sure.
Short